At long last, some answers, even though they brought more questions than answers. The truth about Meliodas, the kind-hearted, almost a little bit naive soul, has at last been revealed. Behind that kind, generous, and almost a bit too generosity face hides a dark secret that is almost so different from the past that one actually wonders if everything is just an act to him. In this one, Estarosa answers finally some question we all had. Also, Gloxnia heals Merashkaila precisely as we thought they would, and she is naked, although we do not see any markings, unfortunately. It's also no worth noting that Dereria noticed that they are all being seen. But Estarosa paid that no mind, because he mentions to us all that are you gonna betray your comrades just as you betrayed us, the 10 Commandments, back when you were our leader? So this is all just a legacy, almost can say. Captain Meliodas is not just the captain of the 7 Deadly Sins. No, he was the true powerful person in the 10 Commandments. And in the past, I think his body looked bigger and more muscular than ever. He had a different markings that was actually on his forehead. And yeah, he was ruthless. He was strong. He had disregard for life, and even the goddesses feared him. Which is actually worth noting. That means very well that the goddesses, the reason why they wanted to kill Meliodas is simply because they still cannot trust him. And who can blame them? For 3,000 years, he was truly the one the goddesses feared the most. It's also worth noting that in the past, Estarosa was just as small as Meliodas, meaning very well that Seldris can grow up. Also, Derrier and Merashkaila and Galan were all on the, together with Moonspiet, were all there, but Derrier and Moonspiet looked pretty small in comparison. No, not Moonspiet, Merashkaila and Derrier. Moonspiet actually looked the same, meaning maybe he really is a retainer of some sort. Galan also looked the same. The other 10 Commandments before, well, one looked almost like another giant, another big, another floating. It's also worth noting we see Gother in his 10 Commandments form. It's also worth noting that he looks exactly the same as he does now. So why the hell hasn't Meliodas recognized him? Or is it more likely that he recognizes, he just once again chooses not to tell? We also see finally a glimpse of the goddesses. They all seem to follow the image of winged creatures. That's why Estarosa once said he loved him, because he was someone he looked up to. But then suddenly one day that ruthless and disregard for life character turned on the demon world, caused it to become in ruins, and killed 2 of the 10 Commandments that would later be filled in with Dolor and Gloxnia. He tipped the scales of the balance of the power, which made the goddess clan see an opening, which they actually tried to fight against the demon clan, united with all the other 5 races. Eventually, Meliodas was the one that lit the fuse that started that war 3,000 years ago. Meliodas is the cause of the war. Meliodas turned the war around. Meliodas changed Britannia forever. Now that is some secret. As he throws Meliodas away, he only says some name, Sasu. And Merashkaila wants to finish Meliodas because, of course, Meliodas needs to take actions for what his sins did. It's during this time Ban and Elaine share an embrace, with words planting on each other. Who is gonna save Meliodas? None other than Ban, who travels through some, who erases his presence, that even the Ten Commandments cannot notice him, in an ambush attempt, where the big damn hero, he for sneaks ahead of them, thanks to Guildfrost's teleport, and snaps Madaskala's necks, and takes out all of her hearts, effectively, finally killing her, and most likely also kills Elaine too. But he still promised her he will find a way to bring her back to life, which I also hope. Madaskala apparently had also 5 hearts, and the other heart that Ban took out, meaning probably a demon has around 6 hearts. Is this some kind of 666 motions? Meliodas can only smile, calling Ban an idiot, which Ban recruited, saying birds of a feather flock together. The only one that stands any chance of even surviving an attack of the Ten Commandments is Ban. But Ban is immortal in body, not soul. So if by the other Ten Commandments take out his soul, then everything is lost. But also, shouldn't Ban's blood actually be capable of healing Meliodas? Is that what his plan is? Next week's chapter is called What I Can Do For You. I don't think Ban will be sacrificed. I mean, I would not like it if Ban gets sacrificed, but moreover, he promised to bring Elaine back. That's one of the reasons why he cannot be allowed to die. But Marashkaila died. And I gotta say, finally, a real awesome chapter of Nanatsu no Taizai that answered the questions that has been bugging me for the last 2 years. Who the hell is Meliodas? We still don't get that answer. But at least now it's a little clear on what Meliodas really was. A demon and a ruthless person. He was almost the stereotypical hero of a ruthless person turned kind. Why? What made Meliodas change everything? It's gotta be some kind of person that saved him. Someone who showed him kindness. And that turned everything around. And again, do Meliodas really know that Gother is the Ten Commandment? Those two he killed. There must have been that giant and that imp-looking creature. It's also worth noting that Gother and Grey Lord, Dolor and Gloxnia, they are not there. Because Dolor and Gloxnia, they join later. When we don't know when, though. Gother disappeared, Fraudin took his place, and then it's Grey Lordo, who also who then took his place. If Meliodas killed 2 other commandments, those were filled with Dolor and Gloxnia, then how come Grey Lord replaced one other that lived? Could that have been because that person was dead, or is there something else? Either way, awesome chapter, many tons of informations. What awaits Ban? What can Ban heal Meliodas so they can fight back together? Or will the other 10 Commandments, 7 deadly sins join? Moreover, will anyone trust Meliodas now? The truth that he's been trying to keep from everyone is now revealed. Effectively, Meliodas is the cause of everything that has happened in Britannia. But is that good or bad? Give me your thoughts if you have any.